All right. Welcome to Street Church. Come on in, congregation. And for first time visitors, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, y'all, I got an update. It's about the village of Dolton, Illinois. Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Mayor Tiffany Henyard of the village of Dolton, Illinois. Dolton, Illinois has a mayor. She calls herself, she's the self-proclaimed, she calls herself the super mayor, right? I'm going to call her the stupid mayor. That's her name. That's her name from now on, the stupid mayor. The stupid mayor of the village of Dolton, Illinois. This woman, no, matter of fact, she called herself, I got a new name. Hold on, no, I'll bag up. She called herself super mayor. I'm going to call her super villain mayor. This super villain right here. Come on, this is Street Church. We're going to lay it all out. Now, okay, it's a bank, Kansas State Bank, has put the village of Dolton on notice, right? Sent a letter to the board of trustees and the mayor. She's responsible. And listen, this mayor, some kind of way, sits on the board of trustees too and is the mayor. So this is how she's allowed to be involved in the finances. You see what I'm saying? When they get her out of office, right? Either by force or by force or by election. I believe it's going to be force. I believe the state of Illinois is going to have to come in and relieve her of her position, right? They're going to have to take in handcuffs. They should take her in handcuffs. And they should make sure that all the news press is there to see her get put in handcuffs and in one of these Dolton police cars and taken to jail and then later on transported somewhere in federal prison in the state of Illinois, wherever you go in Illinois when you being indicted. She should be indicted, federal indictment, because now the Kansas State Bank is asking, they are threatening to repossess 13 vehicles, right? City vehicles, the public service vehicles, right? From the village of Dolton. 6 of these vehicles are 6 cop cars for the village of Dolton. The population is only 20,000 people. So 6 cop cars is a huge deal. That's like your whole police force. It don't have a vehicle to travel around to respond to any crimes going on. And the failure of payment is 9 months ago. They were authorized to make the payment in May. The board of trustees authorized it. But because she sat on the board, she blocked the payments to them. And in that same month that it was due, she goes on a 12,000 vacation or extravagant, an extravagant trip. She makes a trip to Las Vegas that costs $12,000 of the taxpayers' money. Not out of her pocket, taxpayer money. In the same month that the bill for the vehicles was due. So now 9 months later, the bank is asking for either the money or the repossession of the cars. 6 of them being the Dolton Police Department cars. Come on. This is Street Church. We're going to lay this all out. This makes her a super villain. Not a super mayor, but the super villain of Dolton. This woman is a cancer to them. This woman is a cancer to Dolton, Illinois. The village of Dolton has a cancer, and its name is Tiffany Henyard. She's not a mayor. I refuse to call her a mayor. She is anything but a mayor. She blocking the payments. She on the board, so she the one telling the board where to get off at. It's just ghetto. You should use videos of her talking so ghetto and so trashy and so unprofessional. Nothing like a mayor would carry themselves. Her character, everything about her is not no. She got a hairstylist, like she finna be a movie star for being a mayor there. She want the looks. She want the appearance of being a mayor, but ain't got the sense God gave her or the training. Or the training. Or the training. And I don't know how the village of Dolton has survived this long without falling. Because I don't know who their mayor was, but he was a good mayor. He held it together, or she was a good mayor. Why they let him go, I don't know. Maybe it was because he couldn't run no more. Or maybe it was time, right? Because I've seen the board of trustees talking to her, and they don't seem all that with it neither, right? Like they have it together. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Like, so a lack of education, for lack, phrasing it better. It just seemed like the board, they just some good old down home folks. You see what I'm saying? Folksy people that are not politicians, like trained, groomed politicians. It just seemed like people in that village that wanted to get in these positions because they didn't want somebody to come in here, but they done let somebody come in here who they wouldn't want to come in. That's why they took the position in the first place. But they done let it in. They done let the supervillain in, and I mean she is a supervillain. Who does not pay the bank first? You understand what I'm saying? So that the police force can exist, have vehicles to respond in a timely manner. It could be life or death with the police response, and they won't have cars, and they $1.5 million in debt, and she keep on spending. This woman needs to go to jail. Tiffany Henyard. If you looking at this video, because this is the second video on her, and this is new corruption. This is what's evolved, right, from her corruption. This is what's evolved from it. You know, the Bible says every tree is known by its fruit. Whether it be a bad tree or a good tree, this is a bad tree. And this is all her fruit bearing right before our eyes. And they need the state of Illinois need to step in and snatch her out of her position, put her in handcuffs for all to see. Because she is a supervillain. She is a supervillain. She is a supervillain. For real. And she doing that village wrong. She doing that little small town of 20,000 people. She doing those people wrong. Listen, I already talked about the other video, but I'm just going to recap. Listen, this woman paid herself 10 times more than anybody in that village that's getting paid. She gets paid over $250,000. She holds 2 positions in there. She's on the board of trustees still, and she's the mayor. Which ought not to be. It ought not to be that way. There's no way, and they should write something in their books that makes sure nobody can hold both of those positions like that again. She should not be allowed to be able to be on the board of trustees and as a mayor. So what I'm believing is she started out on the board of trustees and she out-talked and out-slicked and got her way in there. Like she was going to do something. She talked her way in, And then this is what she did. She turned on him. She turned on him. She turned on him. And I believe this, and I believe it was malicious. I believe she meant to do it the whole time. I believe when she decided to run, it was based on her having the power to do what she's doing right now to that village, the taxpayers in that village. 20,000 people, she getting paid $285,000. Okay, that was the one thing that was corrupt. She done spent thousands in 3 different states, Georgia, I believe it was New York, and then Las Vegas, right? All these trips one came up to 13,000, 9,000, and then the Las Vegas trip was 12K. And like I said, this was on the same month that the payment was due. She spent $12,000 of the taxpayers' money and blocked the payment for the vehicles. 13 vehicles. What other vehicles? If 6 of them is cops, what are the other vehicles? Are they school buses? You know, are they fire trucks? Do you see what I'm saying? Public, the city's vehicles, all of them got to be important. All of them got to be important. 13. 6 of them is the cop cars. Come on. Man, what is going on with us? And what's the shame on you, Tiffany Henyard, is the fact that you're a black woman and you had the audacity to sit on that trustee board and claim that these people was against you just because you're a black woman in power. That's what you said to them. You scolded them about that. Like they was wrong for it. They weren't even questioning you being black. They was questioning what you was doing with the city's finances. Why did you need to hire the police as your personal security and pay them money that the city couldn't afford to pay them? And they should have to get every dime of that back too, to the city. They should fire them and make them have to get that money back. Them police officers know that what she was doing was wrong. They shouldn't have did that. They shouldn't have let her do that. Hire them. You're the police officer. You're supposed to have some integrity. She said, no, you have to hire your own police security. We can't get caught up in this. This right here is corrupt. Miss Henyard. Mrs. Henyard. This is corrupt, Tiffany. We can't do this. We can't be involved in this. We the police force. And you need to pay on our cars. And they should have to pay all that back. All the people she hired as police security, so her personal security, should have to pay every dime of that money back. Every dime of it back. Tiffany, you wrong. You wrong, sister. You wrong. You wrong. Can't call you Mayor Henyard, but you wrong, Tiffany Henyard. You wrong for purposely taking that position as mayor to defraud these, to fraud these people. To fraud these people. What you did was flawed. What you did was flawed. You bogus. This is what they say in Illinois. You bogus. You bogus for it. You know you is. You real bogus for that. Real bogus for that. You ain't right. You ain't right. You flawed for that. But yeah, that's another update on Tiffany Henyard. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. It's not gonna get better. Sadly, that worse is gonna have to do with what's gonna go on with the village, unless the state or maybe the federal, our federal government will be kind enough, and have some integrity in itself to bail them out with a few $1 million. Maybe, give them like $5 million, $3 million, you know what I'm saying? Even two. Help them out. But they in debt, so they probably need like three. They probably need three to save them. You know, bring some business their way. In the village of Dolton, they need to find a way to create some income, some wealth there, and just stick together as a community. Dolton, village of Dolton, and keep praying and keep hoping. Y'all seem like, some praying people. So it's time to do that. It's time to do that, and it's time to be more careful. Y'all need to write this down. Y'all need to vet better, right? You need to vet better, do better about who you pick as mayor. And it don't hurt to pray on it. Don't let this world convince you that God don't exist and prayer don't work. You need to remember both. God exists. His son is Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, and prayer works. That's what y'all need to remember. And this need to be a reminder of that. I also want to say is vendors, right? Vendors are people who doing business, are hired for certain tasks in that village, that little town, who said they were hired for the work but never paid. All because of her. Tiffany Henyard, the supervillain mayor. Doggone it, Tiffany. Terrible, man. I'm disappointed in you. You're a disgrace. As far as black leadership is concerned, you have failed us. And you have especially failed the village of Dolton, Illinois. And you should go to federal prison for what you've done as far as with their finances. And on that note, y'all, if I have another update on her, because I'm quite sure I am, because I know that the Attorney General of Illinois is on the case. So because she had a cancer charity organization that she started, and she ain't showing them no receipts for what she did with the money, or showing where the money is on that. So it's just a matter of time before I see her in the handcuffs. I'm quite sure that that's what's gonna happen. Listen, anyway, y'all, this is Street Church. I'm letting the congregation out. God bless.